Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead Cande Roth on a Monday, Martin Luther King Day, Cande. The kid's home from school and celebrating all of his accomplishments. And, it's interesting because it's a very important day in the history of this country, and it's a very important day which we need to recognize. To the kids, what I've heard from multiple children is, this is the last day we have off for quite some time, Daddy.
Well, that's a normal child. That's how they look at it. It's not the holiday. It's when's the next one.
That's right. And the next one is only a month away. It's President's Week. So come on.
Oh, right.
It's not that bad.
Well, to a child, that seems like an eternity.
Yes, I suppose so. I have a lot to get into, but first I want to find out how your weekend was, Cande.
My weekend was good. Brian's birthday yesterday, so I went and I got him a little cheesecake, a beautiful card, some of his favorite candy. I bought shrimp. We had shrimp oregano,
That's very
all.
nice.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
How do you make shrimp oregano?
He made it, and I really don't know.
Oh, that is beautiful. I was going to say, I bet you made the poor man stand in the kitchen and make that shrimp.
I didn't make him, but when I go to do it, then he's like, this is the key to a happy relationship. Women, men, listen up. You go and you act like you know what you're doing, and you start to do it. And then the other person comes in and is like, do you know what you're doing? And I'm like, I think I do. Oh, let me do that.
And it also sounds like you're whispering because you don't want him to hear you talking about him.
It's a secret, but I'm willing to share it with our listeners this morning because I'm telling you, try it. It works.
Oh,
if I go to wash the floor and I don't do it, right, or I start whatever, that's not how you do it. And then he's doing it. Thank you.
That'll only work for, people.
It's been working.
Now, well, he's a certain type of person. He's got an OCD thing, something happening, Cande. The typical other person would be like, whatever, leave it. Or, just figure it out.
I wouldn't even be watching and wouldn't know if he's doing it right or wrong.
Exactly.
That's the kind of person I am.
Exactly. Well, that's nice. You had a very nice birthday for him. That is wonderful. My weekend started on Saturday with Mr. Pump, the cesspool company, Cande.
Is that a new friend of yours now as well?
Well, the guy was giving me a lot of tips on how to take care of my toilets and my cesspool and what I should do. And he said, by the way, you could check for a leak and you could do this and that. And, a lot of info, Cande, a lot of info. So the two guys show up, they pull up with their big truck, and it looks like a gas truck, you know what I mean, right? And you can only imagine what's inside this truck, Cande. And it's, you got hoses that will connect to my cesspool. Anyway, let me give you the correct terminology. He emptied the septic tank. He said that the cesspool is okay for at least another 10 years, and he talked about how the drainage in the area is good and how deep down the cesspool is. He says, I don't need to look in the cesspool. So what did I do? I go inside my house. I FaceTime my father-in-law who used to build houses. Cande.
Yes.
And I say, listen, he's telling me it's just the septic tank. He doesn't even need to look at the cesspool. And my father-in-law's exact words were, well, you have really good drainage and the cesspools are probably in a good spot. He goes, he's probably right. You don't need to look in the cesspool. You don't need to go in there. So once I got the father-in-law approval, Cande.
Yes, you're a very lucky man to have that kind of approval.
Yeah, well, the guy used to build houses, and he's
I understand. He's very talented.
Very knowledgeable. Yeah, so they take this big metal pole, Cande, and they, first I show them the survey. So they have an idea where the septic tank is. So they mark it off where they think it is. They take a metal pole, drive it into the ground, and start hammering it in until they hit something. And wouldn't you know it, on the first try, they hit the septic tank, Cande. Then they dig up some of the grass. They pull the manhole cover off. And he says to me, you want to take a look inside?
Oh,
and
no.
I said, absolutely, I want to take a look inside.
Oh, no.
Then after I looked inside, Candy, I went inside to the house like Clark Griswold in European Vacation, where he's like, look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. I yelled to the kids upstairs. I said, who wants to look in a hole and see 10 years of our poop?
Oh, my goodness.
Although I didn't use the word poop, Candy.
Very risque.
Yes.
And they all came flying to look?
They all came flying to
I
look.
would have been like, no way, I don't want to see that.
Elijah couldn't get his shoes on fast enough, Candy.
Oh, my goodness. What about Leah? Leah was running to look?
No, Leah did not want to look in the hole.
Of course she did not.
Abigail and Elijah wanted to look in the hole, see the stuff, and yeah, about an hour later they were gone. It was done, and they put the manhole cover back. They put the grass back. You'd never know they were even there. It was amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
At least they did a good job.
And I felt good about it. And I had no issue with the septic tank. This was a preemptive strike because my father-in-law said, 10 years?
Yeah.
You better.
You have to if you want
do
to
it.
live happily.
Yeah.
Preventive septic is the way to go.
There you go. It was a good day Saturday. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.